What's going on, guys? Nandemo guy. It is VEDA number 15, and for today's VEDA I'm doing a question and answer. Earlier today I posted a Facebook post asking people what questions they wanted to ask me, and that I'd answer just about anything. So I did get a few things, so let's go ahead and go over them. Some people you may recognize. I'll say their names as you may know them on YouTube. I think that should work. First one is actually from Sandra no Sekai. I'll put every person that I mention, I'll put their channel up if they have a channel, and we'll go like that. Anyway, Sandra no Sekai, she asks, why did you start making videos? So this one's kind of a mixed answer. So I've always enjoyed doing new things and managing projects, things like that, and making things just work. Like sometimes out of absolutely nothing, right? I'd have a challenge in front of me, and I just find some way to do it. On more than one occasion, people have asked me, how the heck did you pull that off? How did you make that work? So that was one of my thoughts, was that I could sort of chronicle these things and make an interesting video that some people might like, and that some people might actually benefit from. On top of that, it was something to push me to learn new things and challenge myself to whatever, as well as to try to sort of improve my speaking ability and sort of break out of my shell in that sort of area. So the last one hasn't maybe necessarily worked as well. I'd hope to be able to have better conversations with my wife, and that's still in the works. But that's kind of what initially got me started. That, and the actual person that got me started would be the Zero Prince. I'll put his channel up here. Even though he doesn't post as often now as he used to, when I watched his videos, that it really sort of inspired me to really get started. Next one is from Mark, who goes by Find Me in Kurume. Another person who hasn't posted up some videos lately, Mark. But he asks, how about them apples? And for this question, I will answer it with a question and say, yeah, Mark, how about them apples? Next is Jake Nalton, who goes by Jake Nalton on the Jake Nalton channel on YouTube. Go check him out. He's in Japan and doing some good vlogs about his experiences there as a Eikaiwa teacher. Anyways, he's actually got two questions. The first one says, would you do a big, wet, passionate kiss with Jake Nalton for 1,000 extra subs per minute of kissing? And for this, I'll have to turn it down. Not because Jake isn't a sexy beast. I'm just not the type of long kissing guy, and I don't think I'd make it a minute. So I wouldn't even see any benefit from it. So there you go. His next question, however, is, what's your favorite part about making videos or being on YouTube? My favorite part about making videos, believe it or not, is editing. Actually, when I was in high school, we had a lot of high schools at the time had like their daily announcements and stuff like that. Well, we actually had a television station. And that's really where I sort of got my start with learning how to edit, put things to music, things like that, and that's always sort of carried through. So that's probably my favorite part about making videos, believe it or not. Most people's least favorite thing is editing, but Robert Brooker, who is Robert 1967 Canada, something like that. I always just refer to him as one of the three old dudes. Says, tell us more about your former Honda. So I actually bought a 2000 Honda Civic, brand new off the lot, and over the years, my roommate had really been into cars at the time. I had been into cars at the time in the import scene, getting into a Honda, it's very easy and relatively cheap to start getting into modifications. I took that maybe to the extreme in some people's eyes. Just about anything that you could do to that car I had done, including swap out the motor with one I imported from Japan, putting a turbocharger on it, wheels and exhaust and all that normal stuff, changing out interior, doing some real custom stuff, all myself. Everything I did myself except for tune my my aftermarket ECU. But when I had that thing done, it was pushing out just over 300 horsepower at the wheels, and with some weight savings. I mean, that Civic would test just about any production car out there, aside from like really high top end stuff. It was pretty quick. But it had also gained attention and had been stolen and broken into a few times, which is kind of why I ultimately got rid of it. I lost interest in taking it somewhere and worrying about what might happen to it this time. So actually, this is maybe 4 or 5 years ago now that I sold it. Bittersweet. But next question, Victor, who goes by Kanto Kitsune. I'll put his channel up, of course. He actually has a different channel, but it's I don't know if he wants me to share that one. I don't know. It's a gaming channel, but he says, do you want to create your own style on YouTube, or are there any YouTubers out there whose style you want to mimic or improve upon? What is your long-term goal on YouTube, if any? And who is your favorite YouTuber, and why is it Kanto Kitsune? So, first one, do I want to create my own style on YouTube? Not really. I initially started this for myself, and it's the only way I can keep it interesting for myself. I think if I took my channel and made it focus on just one particular subject or topic or something like that, I would lose interest. So it's sort of difficult. I want to keep things interesting for me, but it doesn't really work so well for a good YouTube channel because it's not consistent enough, right? You don't put up the same consistent type of content, and it's hard to get people that will follow you for that long because they never know when you're going to post something else that they like. Though I have recently tried, and attempted to get some information to tune my channel a little bit better, it's always going to be a little bit random and here and there. As far as a long-term goal, I don't really have any. Of course, I'd like to at some point reach 1,000 subscribers, and I think that'd be pretty sweet. I'm about a third of the way there now, so you never know. Maybe it'll happen, maybe it won't. Who knows? And favorite YouTuber. I would say that one of my favorite YouTubers is someone that I've mentioned on my channel before, and even mimicked and done some stuff with before, and that is Walking Casino. He's not a big name YouTuber. In fact, I think he has less than 50 subs, but the video content that he does put up, even though he's been slacking lately, is very entertaining and interesting to me, probably because I'm borderline ADD or whatever you want to say. He just puts up some really random and funny videos, in my opinion, that I really get a kick out of. Frederick, he asks, is there something you can't do? That's a good question. I don't know. Usually, if there's always something I can't do at first. So far, the only thing that I've really set myself to doing is a gymnastics type flare that I have yet to succeed on. But I'll be 100% honest and say that I haven't even attempted it since we turned my room, our spare bedroom, into our daughter's playroom. I don't really have a place to practice it anymore. But it's my opinion that if you decide that you're going to do something and really decide to do it, anybody's capable of just about anything, so long as it's actually physically accomplishable, I guess. So maybe I'm still working on finding that thing that I just can't do. What made me start doing sculptures on video? This is another question from Mark. Find me in Kurume. This is a story that kind of morphed or evolved. Originally I was thinking about trying something new on YouTube. I was going to get like an old plastic model or like one of those garage kits and do it like a stage video as I built it. And then as I was looking around, I really could not find anything that interested me, and so I thought maybe I'd try to sculpt my own, and that was a fun attempt. And then from that, I posted a little video about what I had made, and then actually asked people what you'd like me to make next. And this one I owed actually to Caffeine Jedi. She suggested that I make Comical Reina, and that's when that whole thing started to take off. I haven't done any sculptures lately, but that's just because the weather's getting nice outside, and the amount of time I have to spend inside working on sculptures is time I'd rather be outside when it's nice weather. But they will be coming again, starting with myself, which was suggested by Kurt Bell or Softy Papa. The next one is from my oldest sister. She says, "How is it to grow up with such an amazing older sister?" Followed directly by my younger sister, who says, "And an even more amazing little sister." And then my mom even posted after that and said, "The best and most amazing mother ever." These three answers are probably best kept for another video. I could really go into some really funny stories and talk about that childhood and growing up. So that's a good topic for another video. This is already 12 minutes long. I think I'm going to go ahead and cut it there. But thanks for all the questions, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the answers, and you're looking forward to this weekend. As I mentioned, I am doing a game jam with both my cousins. Two of my cousins, and a few friends. So it's going to be 72 hours of hard working to see what we can come up with. Thanks again, guys. 12 and a half minutes. We will see you guys tomorrow. Nandemo guy.